getting more details on the racist and homophobic attack against Empire actor Jussie Smollett. The Hollywood Reporter, of course, they reported that Smollett told them that his attackers made "Make America Great Again" comments. And so Chicago police confirm that particular report from the Hollywood Reporter. Also, we know that the chemical poured on Jussie Smollett was bleach. Now, Chicago police say they have looked at hundreds of hours of surveillance tape and have yet to find any video of the attack. Now, they're still looking, and of course, we're talking about Chicago Police Department after all. In their history, but again, they say they have not been able to find any evidence, any video showing Jussie Smollett being attacked by these two men. Now, later today, Congressman Bobby Rush demanded that the FBI director, Christopher Wray, start a hate crime investigation. This is what Rush said. He called for the hate crime investigation in this attack on Jussie Smollett. He sent a letter, and in the letter he said Smollett, who is black and openly gay, was assaulted in Chicago early Tuesday in what police have called a possible racially charged assault and battery. Quote, "This is a hate crime, plain and simple, and I will not stand by while evil acts are inflicted on any citizen, especially not in my hometown." Meanwhile, expressions of support keep coming in for Jussie Smollett. Here's Empire's Terrence Howard today at Good Morning America.
Jaws dropped to the ground. And then when we learned that there had been letters that had been sent to Fox as threats about the potential of something like this, then we became much more frightened. I heard he's getting better. You know, he's angry, but I know Jussie. You know, Jussie's anger will dissipate, and he will forgive these people for what they did. But he won't, and we cannot forget their actions. They have to be forgiven because it was done out of ignorance.
Here's what Congresswoman Maxine Waters told the Griot.
I know Jussie, I love him. Family is a friend of mine. I know his sisters, I met his mom, and I called already to Jazz, one of the sisters, to talk to her about what's happening, what's going on. So she said he's okay, he's out of the hospital. And, you know, we didn't talk about it much more than that, but I was on my way to Chicago to see about him. You know what I'm saying? I love him. He's a fantastic human being. He's so giving. He shows up at all the community events. You know, he does a lot working with the community, but he comes from that kind of family. And so I'm pleased that he's doing okay.
Also, folks, Jussie Smollett also did a rendition of the song Strange Fruit, of course, originally done by Billie Holiday, to highlight what was happening to African Americans who were being lynched. Remember, as a part of this, he told police that a rope was placed around his neck. All right, folks, we're going to bring in my panel now. Cleo Monago, of course, social political analyst and activist. Also, Dr. Julian Malveaux, economist and president emerita of Bennett College. And Malik Abdul, Republican communications consultant. Cleo, I want to start with you. There are a lot of folks who are already starting to say, oh, this could be fake. This could not be real. Chicago police are saying they looked at hundreds of hours of video. They don't see any sort of thing on here showing he was attacked. And so to folks to begin to call into question the credibility of Jussie Smollett, I've had folks hitting me on social media saying, oh, we've seen this before. Don't get too far ahead of yourselves. This could be fake.
Oh, please.
I doubt very seriously if Mr. Smollett would invent something like this. I mean, usually people who are hateful and insecure and who have some type of hidden agenda does things like this. But I've been in his presence. We never really met officially. We both were at an awards ceremony last year. We both won awards at, but we didn't get a chance to talk because I had to leave. But the bottom line is that this dude, like Maxine said, is in the community.
1 second. Hold on, Cleo. I'm having some issues with your audio. Let me go to Julian Malveaux. Julian?
This is absurd that anybody would make this up. This brother is of such a stature that he has no need to make this up. We've seen fake fools before. Let me say that again. We've seen fake fools before, but usually, as Cleo said, they were insecure. They didn't have anything going for themselves. This was their catapult to fame. He is already famous. He's already helping our community. I'm grateful to him for what he's done for Bennett College for Women. He and his brother, I stand with Bennett. And so, first of all, Roland, do we believe anything that comes out of the mouth of a Chicago policeman? after Laquan McDonald? Do we truly really believe that the Chicago police is capable of doing an appropriate investigation? Thank you, Bobby Rush, for being there. Thank you, Congresswoman Waters, for being there. But, you know, we can just throw Chicago police away and say, if this brother said it happened, we know what happened. Not only do we know what happened, but we must resist this lynching or attempted lynching of yet another black man.
Malik?
Well, you know, we have to say that, as we always do, that people, you know, who allege any sort of crime or have been victimized, you know, that they should be believed, or they should be heard. I'll say that. You know, I will say that, you know, the story does sound, it goes in some different directions, because as what we were told is that, you know, they were shouting MAGA, and, you know, we found out that that wasn't the case, or maybe it was the case. We really still don't know, but there are some things about this story.
No. Here's what we do know. Chicago police do confirm that Jussie Smollett told them that was shouted to him. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, there was some debate about whether or not that was true. So, you know, they said that they were shouted at him. It's fine, but I think we do have to be careful, at least in this sense, because it does sound a bit suspect. You know, in the sense that,
how does it sound suspect?
Well, it sounds suspect because we have a guy. He was attacked. They don't have any footage of the attack. I think.
Have any footage of Laquan?
Well, I'm sure they do.
But
they had no footage of Emmett Till.
What we're assuming here, what we're assuming here is that the Chicago police, they're actually, I guess, doing white people in Chicago a favor, particularly white Donald Trump supporters in Chicago, and that does seem a bit off. I don't know if that's true. Whether or not he actually, you know, then when they got to his house, he was sitting in the house, and as they described it, instead of a noose, it was a thin rope that was still around his neck.
That's the
Why?
A thin rope as opposed to a noose?
That's fine.
Here,
But the fact is,
one second, folks. One second. I'm reading from the Associated Press story. Detectives have reviewed surveillance footage of Empire actor Jussie Smollett walking to his downtown Chicago apartment after an early morning visit to a Subway restaurant. But none of the video they've watched so far showed him being attacked. Investigators, quote, for the most part, can confirm the route Smollett took early Tuesday when he says he was attacked by two masked men along a street in the Streeterville neighborhood. However, there are gaps, and none of the footage police have reviewed shows an attack, he said, noting that the review is ongoing. Cleo.
Well, now that you can hear me and Malik has spoken, I'm provoked to say that I really don't believe that Mr. Smollett would create a story. He has no need. He already has a profile, as Dr. Malvo said. He's not one of these insecure basket cases who's desperate for attention. You can't get any more attention than he has from a legitimate context by being part of a well-watched show. And why would somebody pour bleach on themselves and create a fake narrative like this? As I mentioned before, I have witnessed this dude, and he is a part of our community. He is involved in the community, as Maxine Waters said. He and I both shared the stage to get an award last year, and we didn't get a chance to talk much, but I was able to be around his vibe, and I know the kind of work he's done in our community, and I doubt very seriously but somebody like him with this character and his job would make up something like this. And also, as you said, Chicago cannot be trusted. There's no footage. Well, if you would have went by what they said around Laquan McDonald's murder, they had no footage, but they really did have footage. So who knows what they have? But whether they have footage or not, often the footage trail is not complete. There's always gaps in footage, and apparently they haven't found it yet.
And again, what they also said, they're going to be expanding their search in terms of for buses and other buildings to expand the zone by which they're looking at. All right, folks, back to that Roland Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, everybody out here in 2019 trying to get healthy and get well and get fit. And so people are trying all kinds of different diets and different things along those lines. Well, what about the D-Herbs Full Body Cleanse? They're one of the partners here for Roland Unfiltered. As I told you, I did the 20-day D-Herbs Cleanse. Lost 18 pounds eating just raw vegetables and fruits and nuts, things along those lines. No fried foods, no processed foods, no red meat, no dairy, all that stuff. you can't do by doing the cleanse. It is about providing you more energy, taking the toxic stuff out of your body, and actually being able to clean you out and to start you fresh and anew. If you want to try the D-Herbs cleanse, we ask you to go to dherbs.com, and use the promo code Roland. You can also call 1-866-4-D-Herbs, 1-866-4-D-HERBS. Back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.